Hey everyone, good morning. Happy Monday. My name is Beth Knaus, and I am the owner of That's a Spade Copywriting Services, and I am a creative copywriter. And I am bringing you, as always, on Monday, your Monday Minutes. I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend. I don't know where everybody is, obviously, but here in New England, we are in for some hot and sticky weather this week. But that's what we want, right? When we live in this climate, we can't wait till summer until summer's here and we remember what the end of July and beginning of August is really like. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of strategic storytelling in your content. So what I find with people in general is that when they're writing their content, they worry a lot about their validators, about, some sort of familiarity and, that general surface that I often like to talk about. For instance, I like to use coaches as examples because I have worked with a handful about just, I'm a coach. This is where I got certified. I'm a health and wellness coach, a business coach, a money coach, a mindset coach, all of those sorts of things. And that's great. And that's definitely necessary information. But you want to think about, and I know we think of funnels in a lot of ways, right, in our marketing, but think of this more of a funnel of the more information that you provide, the further down you get in the funnel for someone, right? So if you think of everyone up here at the mouth of the funnel saying, I'm a coach. And then, the next way down, I got certified here as this type of coach. And the next step down is I am a wellness coach who focuses on food freedom or diet freedom, which Lisa Dahl is that type of coach for anybody who is looking for that type of coach. And I'm happy to give you her name, just message me. And if you come down a little further and say, I am somebody who helps people with thyroid issues work with, diet freedom, then you come down a little further. And every time you put a more defined piece of information, you end up being the person who makes it through the funnel to your ideal client, right? So, the more you become the big fish in the little pond, if you think of it that way, right? Up here is the small pond and there's all these fish in there. And then you're the small fish because there's a ton of small fish. And then you come down to the bottom, then you're the big fish in the pond, right? And maybe there's a couple of other small fish, but what makes you the big fish is that this all just came to me. I just want you to know that. So, when you're the big fish, then, people notice you because you've given these details. And that's kind of the business part of the copy, right? Is all of those sort of validators. But if you want to add in storytelling and originality and something unique and individual, you're going to have to dig a little deeper into yourself as a person. What was your journey to this point? Maybe you worked in finance before you were a wellness person, but you weren't well and you couldn't do your job that well and you couldn't get promoted. So you knew you needed to focus on your wellness before you could reach your potential in a career. And you wanted to make sure that other people could do that. Or, maybe something happened in your childhood and there was someone who, was overweight and no matter what they did, they couldn't lose weight. And it was a time where we didn't know about thyroid and, it was just not great for that person. And now you know how to help that type of person. And you want to do that. So there's some personal story in there. And I think people get caught up in this, first of all, because you have to be clear, right, on that. I often hear people talk about, well, I went to college here. I did an internship here. I got my master's there. And now this is what I do. And that's important information. And a lot of the times when we work in fields like being a coach or, new fields, if you work in any sort of holistic or spiritual healing sort of realm, sometimes people who aren't familiar with those fields, they need those grounding, concrete validators of where'd you get your education. But really what brings you into the way that you work and serve people is your unique journey to that point of education, right? To that point of establishing your business with a title of whatever it is you do, right? And this is for anything. I'm just, of course, using coaches and healers and things as an example. But, you're a bookkeeper. How did you get there? Maybe instead of playing house or baby dolls as a kid, you were busy playing with a calculator. Or, maybe you worked with somebody who was dyslexic and really struggled with numbers, and they didn't have a successful business because they didn't have that support. Or, something along the way triggers us to say, I can do this for other people. This is a talent I have. It comes naturally to me. I understand it, and I can help other people who don't have that so they can be successful at what they're natural at, right? That's really underlying what all of us are doing. But our clients want that relatable piece. And I think for us, the hesitation is, if I give that relatable piece, I'm really backing myself in the corner. And you're not backing yourself in the corner. You're actually putting yourself in a place, right, where maybe you're in a spotlight. I like to use the spotlight often. And it's not a big spotlight, but the light is on you, and it is very clear why you're there in that spotlight. And the people who are looking for that spotlight are like, there's my person. I don't have to go through 20 other professionals to find the one who's right for me, because that person has separated themselves, right? And I talk about this a lot. And every time I talk about it, I try to say it differently, because I know people connect with it differently. So you have to think about that too in your content, right? When you're mixing your business copy and you're being creative and adding storytelling, that's really the meat of your messaging. But it takes going under the surface. It takes really finding that foundation where you feel grounded and you're trusting your instinct and your intuition, and you're letting people know where you're really coming from, not just about your education, certification, and trainings. So I hope that helps you today. I hope you think about it as you're writing your content. Be bold and be brave, and share part of your story as an individual and how you landed where you are today and why you're really good at it. So I hope you have a fabulous week. Thanks.